7 years ago, I decided to pack up my bags with my then boyfriend and move from our comfortable home full of friends on Vancouver Island in Canada and move across the world. We packed up all our stuff. I literally had a big backpack and that was all I owned in the world. We decided to move to England. I'd never been before. I didn't really know much about the culture, the people. I knew they spoke English and they had kind of funny little accents, but I honestly didn't know much about the place whatsoever. But my now husband, then boyfriend, had a British passport, so we thought, that seems like a good place to go. We could travel around Europe while we're there. So we did it. We packed up our bags and literally just caught a flight, landed, had the luck of having one kind of friend of a friend that picked us up from the airport and took us in for a couple of weeks. But we had no idea where we were going to live, where we were going to work, anything. We just kind of picked up, went, and just to see what was going to happen. The plan was always 1 to 2 years. Yes, I have been there for 7. This was one of the first big challenges that I set myself, even without kind of using those words in my head. I've always been someone that needed a sense of adventure, that needed to learn about new people, new cultures, find out new things, and that didn't need to plan it all, that just needed to go and do it and see what happened. And that was kind of one of my biggest first things that allowed me to do that. And it was a bit scary not knowing where we were going to go, but actually what I realized is that I thrive on that. The learning bit for me, thinking back 7 years later, has been a few things. One is that I said 1 to 2 years, I'm here for 7, I still say 1 to 2 years. I clearly have a kind of short-term brain, and that's okay, I'm kind of embracing that now. The other part that's kind of interesting to me is sometimes people point out how big of a deal this was, and sometimes if I think about it a lot, I think, I moved all the way across the world to a country I didn't know. Like, what made me want to do that? And actually that's quite a huge thing. And it's strange to me because I don't think of it as a big thing anymore. And the learning point within that is that I took a big leap, which kind of stretched out that elastic band for me in terms of risk and embracing the risk. And it helped that I had somewhere to kind of land and someone to pick me up when I got here. But it stretched that band out, and now risks don't seem as scary for me. I look back at that and I don't even think it was that scary, although I'm sure at the time it was super scary. So what's my takeaway? My takeaway is for me to know that I am a big visionary, but that I need the little steps in between. I need to kind of do things that are unplanned sometimes. So what can you do now, in this moment, without having to make an entire kind of project plan before you implement it? What's one little thing that you can do? These videos are about me being able to do that. Just say it. Just do it. See what happens. And I encourage you to find one thing that you could do that with as well.